Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week. And off we go from Nashville.
On the return is Duvernay. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Ravens offense going to work, and as usual, it's Lamar Jackson, the former MVP of the league, at the helm.
Early part of his career, defenses really had to focus on his running ability, and they still do. But now, he's turned himself into a true dual-threat quarterback. When he plants his cleats in the ground and turns it loose, good things happen downfield.
And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now. To throw is Jackson. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Monty Rice gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Azeez Al-Shaair, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. This is taken at the 23. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
The Titans set to take over behind their quarterback, Ryan Tannehill.
And one of the things that has really impressed me about Ryan Tannehill has been his perseverance. Early in his career, didn't have the success that he desired. Had some injuries that slowed his development. But he kept working at his craft, and now he's a guy that I think you can put a game on his shoulders.
Tannehill on 1st down.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off at the 46. So, CD, his very first pass of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know that's a major surprise for any quarterback because, look, let's face it, no one thinks about throwing interceptions. But think about all the warm-up that we saw, right? Every pass he threw wasn't a single interception because, oh, that's right, there were no defenders out there. A little bit different when there's live guys out there chasing the football.
Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
Being chased out left.
A giant hole up the middle.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
Come on!
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1.
Dobbins once more.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
J.K. Dobbins taking it in from a yard out.
And the Ravens have taken the early lead. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Here comes Ryan Tannehill now, leading his offense back out there. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage,
oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. A big play that time for the Titans. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Henry running right. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Back to throw, Tannehill. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Tennessee, and it's the homestanding Titans in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. Looking for the out route, and he's got more. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards the pickup there. Now they'll try the jet sweep here. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. And we were down on the field watching Henry warm up before the game. He's a big man. No wonder he breaks those tackles.
And you remember what I told you when we were watching? It's not all pads. I mean, you get him out of pads and just see him in a regular suit or an outfit. He is a huge human being and a lot faster than what people know. When he gets rolling, he's a lot to bring down.
A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Here we go. Here we go. Watch the mic. Watch one. Baby, come on, let's go.
On 2nd and goal, Tannehill. And he's got his man in stride, complete. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal. Tannehill. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brandon, that's what you call being manhandled at the point of attack. And I know the offensive line gets a lot of blame for that one. But occasionally, the defense just knows what you're going to do. Maybe they scouted it perfectly. Maybe someone tipped it off. But on that play, it had no chance.
The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
On 3rd down, here's Dobbins. It's a 1st down and more for Dobbins.
And he'll take it to the 43-yard line.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead,
Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. That's sacked by the DN, Danico Autry.
So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another, because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards. From midfield now, here's Jackson. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it will still bring up a 4th down.
But there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've reached intermission here in a low-scoring game. 7-3 is our score. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome everyone to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. First, let's get a check on the next-gen stats from that first half for the Ravens. And they've had some success on the ground, and with the lead going into the second half, they'll no doubt be looking to keep it going. And meanwhile, for the Titans, they did not have the same kind of success on the ground. They struggled to get the run game going to this point, as you see there. Final adjustments being made in both locker rooms. We're just about ready for the second half. And for the call, let's get you back up to Nashville, Music City, and Brandon Gott.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half.
And the half will begin with a touchback. The Titans getting set to go here to begin the 3rd quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive, because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
On 1st down, Tannehill. And he can't escape, and down he goes. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down.
He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage. Well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket. have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
Now a first carry for their fullback. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he'll get this up to the 4 right about there, and that's about it. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7. Inside handoff here to Ricard. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
And that was a good collision right there. And I know this as a former defender. If you're playing linebacker, you're going through a checklist on every play on who you think's going to get the ball, where you think the ball's going to go. Rarely do you expect the fullback position to get it. And on that play he did. So you've got to steel yourself at that point because the contact is going to be strong.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Now they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. From the 41, Tannehill. He dumps it off for Henry. 2 yards on the pickup there. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create some. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And the Ravens are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. This defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown in the first half. Haven't done so here in this half either. Blanketed the field going all the way back to the opening drive, and they come up with a pick right there.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. He'll start with a handoff to Dobbins. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And some room to roam now. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 55 rushing yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. They'll run on first down. Dobbins, and he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Nashville. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the fourth. On second down, Dobbins, and they'll get him down right around the 16. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On third down, Dobbins. He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Tennessee offense set to go again. And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone. Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll start with a give to Henry, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll run it again with Henry. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. The Titans on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. To throw is Tannehill. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
On now is the Titans punter, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Taken in at the 11. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. 65 yards on the ground for him so far. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. So now Tannehill and the Titans trailing 10-3. A minute 53 remaining. They need a touchdown and the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10. Tannehill. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Tannehill to throw. This will go to Henry out wide. And he will have the Titans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Here's Tannehill. Looking left side, and it's complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. 1st down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play call because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now Tannehill. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Throwing Tannehill. And it's caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Now it's Tannehill. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And now defensively in the 2-minute drill, the big key to me, make sure you understand your assignments, and anytime you get a chance to tackle someone in.
And yes, he's into the end zone, so they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
Now the try here for the point after. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And the touchdown and PAT mean we are tied here in the final minute of play. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. Duvernay now going to bring it out. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the NFL on EA Sports. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And no return here to begin the overtime session. That'll be a touchback. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. First throw in overtime for Tannehill. Open man, Westbrook-Ikhine. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Henry again on second down. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And that's complete to Westbrook-Ikhine. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Flushed out right. And Tannehill's got the first as he slides to a hole.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. On second down now. It's Henry, and he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. And just a yard to go here on second down. Now it's Tannehill. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and a game winner in OT. So the game-winning touchdown came through the air in overtime. 4 quarters wasn't enough. We were treated to a really good one, weren't we, Paul?
That we were, and I just love being able to be witness to a game like this all the way through. Who's going? A lot of tension on the field, very tough. Not a surprise it ended with a passing touchdown. That's the way we play in the NFL, but the execution was pretty darn good.
And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good